Whoa, hey, this week I got a lot of guests and yeah, it's a whole lot of things going on. We're going to talk a lot about law enforcement and we'll end up with the sheriff, so let's do this. It's Birdman time for another Arizona White Mountains podcast, Community Shout. We're hanging out here and working our way to episode 1000 here in just a couple weeks, so stay tuned for that. But we're going to start off this morning with Kathy Reed. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing
and Raul.
today?
How you doing?
So Kathy, of course, Darrin Reed, your husband, who we all miss greatly.
Yes.
You've got a couple things coming up to continue the foundation that you started based upon the work he did. Can you explain that just a little bit?
Sure. The Darrin Reed Foundation was established in order to help citizens in the community in a time of need, such as when he was out on patrol, something would happen, he would take money out of his own pocket and help people. And so this way the officers have money available to them at their discretion up to $100 to help somebody. So somebody needs a tire or a hotel room for the night, or we had somebody who had their food stolen, they had no food in the house. So things like that, times of crisis that the officers can help them. And then also we have a part of it that is set aside for the law enforcement officers to get training in drug trafficking. And that is above and beyond what the departments are able to do for them.
Right. So you had the dinner the other night, just about a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah, we did. That's a separate organization.
That's a different organization.
Sure.
I want to make sure people understand that. So
It is. It's separate. It's the Darrin Reed Memorial Scholarship, but the organization is the First Responders Legacy Scholarship Fund.
Okay.
Whereas the Darrin Reed Foundation is more community-based.
Okay. So event that's coming up is?
We have the Darrin Reed Third Memorial Run, which is for motorcycles and vehicles of all. It'll be on August 21st of this month. It starts at 8 o'clock. We'll end at about 4 o'clock at Shola Motorsports. It's going to be a great ride. We weren't able to do it last year due to the COVID. Now that we're here, COVID is here, but we're still making our way to continue this run.
Yes. Awesome. Cool. So it starts at what time in the morning?
Starts at 8 o'clock in the morning at Shola Motorsports. If you want to come in at 7:30, start your pre-registration, would work out great for everybody there. We'd like to have wheels up and rolling at 9 o'clock.
Okay. Cost is?
Cost is $20 per rider, or per initial rider, and then $10 for each additional person after that.
Right. Awesome. Cool. What else do we need to know?
So we also like to, I like to shout out to the contributors that are out there. We have Billy's Interior that is donated to help us out with this. We had Shola Motorsports. We had Shola Ford. We have Helmet the Jeweler, White Mountain Teas, Arizona Suspension, and Navajo Electric are big contributors in the organization right now that's helping us out with this.
Yeah. So remember, it's all of them, of course, are supporting that and helping this be established and happen. And then you individually as riders or people in cars and things like that, it all goes directly to this that helps people be able to help others, basically.
Exactly.
Or helps officers, I should say, directly, huh?
Well, it doesn't
Little bit of both.
actually help the officers directly.
No, I mean the officers get to help directly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So cool, awesome. Now you also have another event that'll be coming up later in the year, not too much later, September 24th.
September 24th, we have the golf tournament at Forion.
Okay.
And Summit is our presenting sponsor there. They've stuck with us through COVID. 2 years of sponsorship with Summit.
Very good.
Right. And we also have some other sponsors that have stepped up. Cambric is going to be our silver sponsor. And then we also have just lost it.
Well, that's okay. And we'll talk more about the golf coming up again. I'll have her come in again.
Sure, yeah, we can do that.
They've got a golf drop and a bunch of the holes, and I'm sure you still have sponsorships available.
We do. We have a lot of sponsorships available, so please look us up on Facebook or find a flyer and get in touch with us. We're looking for sponsors. We're also looking for people to buy golf balls.
There you go.
The golf ball drop.
There you go.
We're having Timber Mesa fire truck come out and drop the golf balls, and
I kind of want to be out there just to see that happen.
it's going to be fun.
Okay, so on the ride, it's obviously coming up. Just be aware, if you're not participating in it, that people are going to be out there riding. Be aware, motorcyclists are going around and stuff like that, larger groups. So I know it's hard, but let's just be patient and calm. Okay, still hanging out here in the studio, and if you're hearing my stomach, yeah, I guess I should eat more. I don't know, something like that. Anyway, I've got with me now from Ballet White Mountains, Linda and Joseph.
Yep.
How are you guys? Rattled? So if you don't know, July 4th weekend, a van, I think it was a van.
A truck.
A truck went through, like, if you go look at their building, it looks like he just hit the front door. Well, the guy missed everything, went through the front door, and then proceeded to drive the car all the way through the building, didn't he?
Pretty much so. He
Pretty
missed,
much.
yeah, one more wall and he would have been through the whole building.
But you got like 2 or 3 studios in there. He got, I think,
Two studios.
2 studios, got into both of them, really did a lot of destruction.
The farthest back, he went the diagonal. If he'd gone straight, it might have,
Went through
been
the back.
neater.
Right?
But he went clear across the diagonal.
Yeah.
And so more damage was done. I mean, the mirrors were just shattered, the floor torn up, a lot of pictures and photos and so on of studio students and et cetera. Just a lot of things were just trashed.
Boom. And almost went through the other side. Literally, I think
Yeah.
you said the toilet
Yes.
stopped him. Stopped
Right.
by the toilet.
Right?
It's a crapper. Anyways,
Right.
sorry, I had to work that in. So yeah, obviously that disrupts your ability to train and to continue teaching and things like that. And your sign out front says, "We shall return." Is that what it says?
Coming back.
Coming back. We are
Yeah.
coming back. That's it.
Well, what has happened, the goodness of the community, really. We live in a small town and we're family. Blue Ridge Schools stepped up and opened up the junior high gym
Very awesome.
for us to continue teaching. So, but I think a lot of people don't realize that we are still moving forward.
Yeah.
Tiny steps, but we're moving forward. And the classes are still open for enrollment. We're looking for new students, and the energy will be starting to build for the Nutcracker in December. So
Very cool. And I want to mention that this happened. This individual that did this, it wasn't through malice. It was literally
no.
something medical happened, and this
That's
is
correct.
unfortunate for them as well. So it wasn't like any sort of abuse or alcohol or something like that. It was something that happened to them medically. So everything all around.
yeah, and he survived, and
Awesome.
there was a youngster in the back seat, and that youngster survived. There was
Good.
no, death-threatening injuries or all.
Okay,
So
so
thank
you're here
goodness.
to talk about
Making lemonade.
making lemonade.
Life gives you lemons, doggone it, and that's what we're doing. It's pretty exciting in one way, because as we're looking at, picking up the pieces, in the midst of things getting cleaned up, some inspiration came, and we said, hey, how about if we just move this here, move this there? Now we potentially are building a mini performing area also in one of the studios.
Awesome.
So we'll be able to do mini performances. And Linda was she said, wow, I've wanted to do this. And now,
And it doesn't have to be just ballet. I've got I know somebody that plays classical guitar, and I would like to. I've constantly told him he's got to
Right.
keep that talent. But there's a harpist. In other words, we can combine the arts, more of the arts together.
Right.
And especially with the small ones, they don't always have a big opportunity to perform. And this way they can perform costume and makeup and everything.
and what it's allowed us to do is now make a rear stage left and stage right entrance.
Awesome.
So we'll have doorways that the kids can go backstage, so to speak, and just really transforms our one studio now into a place where we can actually do small performances.
Very
So
cool.
we're really excited. A lot of hard work, still a lot of plowing.
Yeah.
Linda's got things going on where in the studio for fundraisers. So you might want to share
Yeah.
how people can help with that or assist or.
Yeah, we really need help this time. It's like to do the Nutcracker, it's going to take a village,
Right.
not just Ballet White Mountains. So we are doing an auction fundraiser.
Okay.
This will be the weekend of Labor Day, so it'll be Saturday. So the live auction will be at 10 o'clock, and it'll be on the 260, so plenty of,
Yeah.
exposure. We'll take all sorts of items, but thinking with the auction, we're looking for a weekend stay, a golf round, dinner for two,
Very cool.
coupons, credit cards, discounts.
Okay. So Labor Day weekend, make your plans, go up there and put your bids in the auction items.
Yeah.
Okay, still hanging out here in the studio. Now we're going to talk about the first Overdose Awareness Day, or it's a candlelight vigil. I've got Linda Teague. You're with the Navajo County Public Health Services District.
Yes, I am. I work for Navajo County Health, and we have a special program, and it's an opioid education program. And the reason that we have this program is because we had 27 overdoses in Navajo County last year. We also review every overdose that occurs in the county, and we are well on our way to surpass that this year.
My.
Yes. So as a person who identifies as a person in long-term recovery, this issue is dear to my heart. And in doing my job over the past year, I've met so many parents who've lost their children, and I found this on the internet, and I thought we need this in our community.
So the actual event is a candlelight vigil.
Yes,
When
it's on August 28th, which is a Saturday.
Okay.
And it's from 4 to 7 p.m. And it's at Festival Marketplace, which is the park on the Deuce where the guys are playing cards,
Yep.
the statue. We're going to have a memorial wall. People that I've encountered in the community wanted to bring pictures of their kids so that they've lost. So we'll have a memorial wall. You can put up pictures. You can write a message of hope or just do some artwork. We'll be handing out educational materials, free naloxone, and at the very end we'll have a candlelight vigil in memory of those that we've lost.
Awesome. Anything else?
No, I think we've covered it.
Okay. Once again, Linda Teague with Navajo County Public Health Services District. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, still hanging out here in the studio, and now I have Sandra Angelo with me.
Yes.
With White Mountain Salvation Army.
That's correct.
We've seen you in here under different hats, but now it's Salvation Army.
Yes, well, I wear a lot of different hats.
Cool, awesome. So what do we got going on with the Salvation Army?
Okay, on Saturday, which is the 14th of August, this Saturday, so it's coming up real quick, we have a celebration. It's called a Celebration of Faithfulness, but what we are doing is honoring our volunteers.
Awesome.
The Salvation Army has only 2, actually 1.5 paid employees up here with all the work that is done. And the way the Salvation Army is able to do everything it does is through volunteers and the support of the community.
Awesome.
For example, on Easter Sunday a year ago, so Easter 2020, the Salvation Army started serving meals, takeout meals, to the community, and they delivered these meals at the hub, and then meals were also sent out to the Vernon Concho area, and we did over 700 meals
Wow.
each and every Sunday for 10 weeks. And the only reason we stopped was because of wildfire season.
Right.
And of course the Salvation Army has a mobile kitchen, and they go out and do their, supporting
Support for that. Yep.
for the communities that are affected by the wildfires, which includes the first responders, it includes people who live in the area. And so that's one of the many things that they do. Anyway, this event is the opportunity to celebrate all the people who help to make these events happen. And so we have speakers, we have dinner. Now, dinner is being catered by the house,
Yes.
because even though you know, their circumstances have changed, they are still able to do the catering.
So just know that the house has really stepped up here and is helping out, even though they're rebuilding the house, literally.
Yes, they are rebuilding, and we are so thankful. We did have to change the menu a little bit to be more consistent with what they are able to do.
Right.
But that's okay. In fact, I like the new choice almost better.
Awesome. There you go.
And so anyway, we also have live auctions, silent auctions, a bag or Chinese auction, 50-50, and a door prize. Tickets are $10. Where else or when else can you get a house meal, which includes chicken or beef and 2 sides, for $10?
So if you've been missing the house, because you can't get it anywhere right now, if you're missing the house, go down and visit this, because good way to remind yourself of what they make.
One thing I need to say is that every penny that we raise stays on the mountain. And so we...
That's the one thing to know about the Salvation Army, is it all goes back into the people that need it.
Absolutely, and we don't care if you are purple with 3 heads. If you need help, we're there to help. We don't care about, you know, any of the individual differences.
Awesome. Find out more information. You can do that through, you have a Facebook page?
No.
No Facebook page, website?
But-
How do they get it? How do they get more information from you?
Okay, to get more information, contact the Salvation Army office.
Okay.
Which is 928-368-9953. And in case you can't remember 9953, think about, what would Jesus do?
Very good. Hey, thank you, Sandra, for your time today. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
Okay, still hanging out in the studio. Long show this week. I've got with me now the sheriff and the, is it the chief deputy, right?
Yes, sir.
So, Mr. Swanty, and of course, David Clouse, our sheriff. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. So you haven't been in here in a while.
No.
And we changed things up on you, didn't we?
Yeah. Had to find a new place, and then now we're sitting. This is very nice.
Cool.
Congratulations on the.
Thank you. And we got 1,000
expansion.
episodes coming up here in about 2 weeks. So
Right
I think
on.
this is 996, if I remember right.
Oh, cool.
So
Congratulations.
you got a bunch of things going on. Thank you very much. You got a bunch of things going on. What's first of all, what's going on this weekend?
Yeah. So we always like to come in and reach out to a lot of the public about either open positions. But this Saturday we have the White Mountain Sheriff's Posse barbecue. And I don't know how many years it's been going, but I think everybody in the South County remembers this, been there, seen that. It's at the Orchard behind Charlie Clark's. White Mountain Sheriff's Posse obviously is a big volunteer organization or group that supports the Navajo County Sheriff's Office, mainly in search and rescue, and pretty much anything else we'll ask them.
Right.
We, of course, want to put a plug in there because this is a fundraiser for them, which helps buy equipment that they not only volunteer their time, but they also volunteer equipment.
Right.
Horses, horse trailers, quads, any of those types of resources. So we've called them out a bunch lately. Wyrick fire, that was big news. Now
Yeah.
flooding's superseded that.
Right.
But just for instance, I just wrote thank you letters to, I'd say about 45 people from that team.
Wow.
Because they came out, we didn't know how much evacuation we were going to do or what we were going to look at, but we just needed volunteers there now.
Right.
And we had a lot of people show up, and so I always love to support them because they support us all the time, and we're a good companionship.
I had a friend from Virginia Beach reach out, and he was like, "Hey, how's it going with the drought and the fires?" And I went, "Well, we're flooded." So, which actually people don't realize come hand in hand, because when you start to erode the soil, that happens.
Yeah.
But we got more rain than ever.
Yeah.
Since the time I've been here for 10, almost 11 years, and
I know, it's crazy.
I got to tell you, we went going back to the Wyrick fires. We had a big command post set up there in the Heber County building there off of Mogollon, and walked in there, and it's a good sized room, and the place was just packed with citizen volunteers from our groups, from our SAVs, from the Sheriff's Posse, from Navajo County Search and Rescue, and it was kind of warming. You know, you walk in and there's all these people standing there ready to go to work, you know, volunteering their time to go and provide whatever assistance is needed in that community that had a direct threat on them, you know, in Heber Overguard. So it is a little overwhelming, you know, to see that many people that committed to this community, to this mountain, to our county.
Very cool.
Yeah, so if any of your listeners or followers ever want to get involved in stuff like that, search and rescue groups, we got the White Mountain Sheriff's Posse, we have the Navajo County Search and Rescue. They're two separate groups. One's kind of South County Central. But reach out to us at our Sheriff's Office, 928-524-4050. Ask for Sergeant Badger, and you can join these search and rescue groups. We're always looking for more volunteers. And
Now that's on the volunteer side. There's on the paid side, you've got some stuff coming up too, don't
of course.
you? Yes.
Yeah. So, you know, it's quite funny is we are a kind of a retirement, not totally retirement community, but we have a large population, right? So we do have a lot of volunteers, but we also need those full-time employees.
He said he had some openings in the jail, and I went, what, like for inmates? But
Yeah.
We do have
those
some open
too.
beds.
We do have open beds there for those that commit crimes. But yes, so new budget year started in July, so we're just 6 weeks into a new budget. We were able to get 2 new deputy positions, and we were able to get 4 new detention deputy positions. So
Okay.
6 new uniformed personnel, and we want to expand those positions. We already filled our deputy positions, so we're doing really good. We're actually really proud of the men and women that have signed up in this era of anti-law enforcement, which is not consistent here, though.
which is nice. Yeah.
We have a big, strong support. Many people, such as yourself, that are always promoting public safety and promoting law enforcement. So we filled those, the road deputy positions. We have a waiting list, which is a good thing for a sheriff to say.
Good.
And I'm really proud of that. We have a waiting list of some laterals that want to come over. But if you're 18 years or older and you want to start in law enforcement, you can start in the jail as being a detention deputy. And we provide the training. We pay you for the training. No experience needed. And we're looking to start an academy in September, October. As soon as we get about those 4 positions, we kind of do our own in-house academy. And we have those positions. Of course, dispatch is one of the, that's our communication center that we run in Holbrook. What a tough job. And that's a hard way to advertise to come work for it, but really a thankless job. And we have 3 or 4 openings there.
But vitally needed.
Vitally
needed. Very important.
They're the critical link in public safety, and there's a big push right now to get our dispatchers recognized as the first responders,
Right.
because they're the ones that take that first call. And if there wasn't somebody there to take that first call, you couldn't dispatch an ambulance, a deputy, a police officer, a fire truck. And the job that they have is just so critical.
They always say that communication is the most important part of the relationship. They're the communication.
Yeah.
They are.
They're the ones who people call in frantic. You know, it's they're in a traumatic situation. They need help, whether it be medical, and they have to route that to either to medics or to highway patrol or to sheriff's office. And they're routing those calls. They're the calm to that chaotic situation that's routing it to those that are responding and those that are on scene they're going through whatever it is they are. But we have open positions. We have new competitive salaries that we started last year, which seem to really help bringing in attracting new applicants. So if you have an interest in that, we've had many that started as a dispatcher, and now they're deputies or detention.
Awesome.
In fact, one of them, we've had some filming going on with the American Sheriff Network, and they've been kind of the big star. She started out as a dispatcher.
Very cool.
The day she was eligible to turn 21, she turned in that application to be a deputy.
Good for her. Awesome. Good stuff. Awesome. Well, thank you very much again, Chief Deputy Swanty and Sheriff Clouse. Hey, that's going to be it for this week's Community Shout on the Arizona White Mountain Podcast. I'm Birdman, and we're excited. Like I said, this is episode 996. headed on our way to 1,000 episodes, and we're going to be doing a big party here to celebrate the 1,000th episode. That'll be on August 26th, 5 p.m. We're going to do a ribbon cutting and then an open house here. We get some giveaways, got a lot of food, got a whiskey tasting. Come on and stop by and say hello. And as I always say, if I don't see you around town, I'll catch you right here on the web. It's a wrap.